That walk into the arena, goosebumps. It was really.
I mean, Broken Blade is also such a showman, and he's
둘 다
just
개빡게
using the
하겠지
cards
아마?
like, hey guys,
T1은 오늘
everyone
스탠스
knows
보니까
this is
웬만하면
going to be
빡게 말 것
hype.
같긴 해.
And he's just, I mean, honestly, saying exactly what I wanted to hear from him. They're gonna win today, and I voted for them. So yeah.
3탄 2선이라고 개소리하지 마세요.
He's a showman here. He's a great guy in the top lane as well. It's like, even if he wasn't playing professional League of Legends, I'm sure there would be something in the show business for him.
Sure.
아니
Yeah,
어떻게
I want to see
3만이
that
되네 이게.
alternate universe. It was also cool to see when he was saying, you know, we're going to win next year, and it starts here by beating T1, and just see Mickey in the background, and Mickey's like,
Yeah.
he's like,
I talked with Miki,
like,
and he's
what's
like,
going on here? But I love it. You got to start somewhere, and if it's in a best of one at Red Bull League of its own, not just for you, but for all the other teams that weren't able to beat T1, you know, G2 has a big responsibility.
and they didn't face against each other on stage yet, so they didn't lose this year against T1. So, you know, like to say it 50-50 right now.
I like what I'm hearing here. I like the logic we heard earlier as well. And I mean, on stage now, sure, they probably will take it because let's be real, they're tired now. T1, they've barely got any gas left. G2 now.
Aquarius clutching that Red Bull can.
Oh God, if it's over. Actually, I
wants
take
every
it back.
bit of
G2.
energy.
Oh, it's looking bad. It's looking dire.
We'll see, indeed. A really cool interview we had with Ginny earlier, also with Romain, talking about the fact that it is T1 that re-signed their entire roster for the third year in a row, and on even keel also. Similarly, G2 on the other side
눈,
is sticking with
캐리야
their
눈
roster,
시뻘개져
they're
있는
giving it
거
another
봐봐.
run, and that's really cool to see. Even though they said they were a little bit rusty coming into this one, it's a nice little taste of what we're going to see in 2024.
Yeah, I was concerned until BB said, but we will unrust today. So
Unrust, yeah.
And so
What,
at this
is that
point,
also a video game, or?
probably the next one, but I'm very excited for G2. I know that they can beat T1 because they did it already in scrims,
I'm
right?
just going to be real. BB saying that is the equivalent of you bringing that Faker shirt as well as
I mean,
insurance, okay? You know, he's just covering all the
It's true.
bases, but
Guys,
surely he's confident, right?
but you
and
cannot-
being to last year's Worlds, you got to be a bit delusional.
But
But
who
it has to
can
be on.
fault me for this, right?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
sure.
got like 10 of those.
Yeah.
아니 근데
Actually, yeah.
지금 레드불을
It's amazing.
마실 수밖에 없는
I think
상황으로
it's cool
몰고
because, like,
가버리는데
for G2,
T1을.
right? They worked so hard all year, and they scrimmed so
그래서
much.
지금 이제 딱 카메라
and
잡힐
so
때 레드불을
well.
먹는 거
This is
보여주고
their last chance to show that it actually meant something.
이런 자연스러운
Here at
PPL을
Red Bull League.
레드불 실제로 지금 그 테이블 위에 올라가 있습니다. 이래도 안 마셔? 독하다 독해. 아니 오너 표정이 죽어가는데? 페이커는 페이커식 명상 중. G2는 되게 싱그러워 보이네.
You do it at this stage. You do it against G2 and T1 here, and you do it with everything available, as they said themselves. It'd be a bit boring if they had 50 champions taken away from them and they finally beat them then, because it gives you no bragging rights whatsoever. You want to beat them on even footing, and you want to do it here now.
Yeah, we'll see if for T1 maybe just say to themselves, no, we're just going to pick, we're going to continue this game and we're not going to pick anything that's been picked before, and if they still beat them then, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That won't happen.
But I think that
Will it?
League of Legends has been very good with us this year, and we can end with G2 versus T1. We didn't get that at Worlds. It was a matchup I really desperately wanted to see. G2 is, I've known so many teams throughout my year and how they are working, and G2 now that I got a little bit inside are just working so unbelievably hard. Everyone is so committed. You saw it when they were losing. They were heartbroken. They had so high expectation of themselves, and they were always working for that. So even now, if they're a little bit rusty, you saw it from BB, they have it ingrained in their soul. to try to win
T1이랑
these games.
G2랑 표정이 너무 상반되네.
Everyone works hard. Everyone.
But they are doing
It
it.
sucks after a loss. Everyone does. You
I-
still have to win.
I want to
아니,
break the
이거는-
mold a little bit there and say not everyone is working that hard. I think there's like
That's also true.
yeah, there's a difference, especially from EU teams.
T1 내가 볼 때 G2가 몇 년 안에서 T1 리기 가장 최고의 환경이야.
Don't put me on.
I'm 8
우주가
and I'm ready
온
to
우주가
go
돕고
crazy.
있어
Come on.
지금.
I cannot burn
시차,
bridges. It's too.
지친 체력.
Oh, saved by the draft.
Oh my god. Oh, the drought. Yeah.
Let's go.
Well,
It's
starting.
we were, I mean, Yankers and Perks was talking about Draven, Kalista, Orianna. So far, there's an eco, so at least that ritual will be broken just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we will still see that Draven ban to come out for T1. Han Summer, it is
뭐
just
1픽 라칸 할 생각인가
Yeah,
이거?
and I want to be a little bit more serious.
미키엑스가
now
라칸
with this
좋아하는
draft
애
because
아닌가?
all the rules are lifted. It's the
캐틀이랑
last international
그러니까
stage
캐틀이랑
game of
레나타 배난 거 보니까
2023.
1픽
Does
라칸 하고
anyone
싶어 하는
bang
거
up?
같은데.
Christmas is soon. Even
Yeah.
if it feels like it is today, and we should be expecting the Draven ban from T1 in the
그럼
last
오리아나
round.
어떻게 할
Jarvan is
거지?
a really, really good ban as well.
아, 나 페이커
Probably gonna
아지라지.
see Lee Sin from Owner.
럼블?
I'm kind of hoping he's going for the Briar again, though. That would make me feel very good.
탐켄지
Because that
준비했다며.
was a great chance.
if he picks Brian, no, I
오, 우리나라
will not
닿네?
make any
Oh,
bets
Draven's
today.
open.
All right, so
Draven
Ariana
is open.
It was a big talking point that
outside.
one.
왜냐면
Yeah,
럼블
so Draven Kalista was the
보통
one that we
많이
were talking about
타가지고.
so often. Question is, will they just interlock?
칼리스는 레나타 났을 때 제일 좋아가지고
Yes,
그때
Hans is
그냥
It's-
칼리스타
Oh,
나오면
can I
애쉬
do it?
바루스로
Can I do it?
키워는 상대한단 말인데. 오?
Of course.
There we
뭐야?
go.
빡겜 아닌가?
He's not.
And the
There we go.
crowd goes wild. This is exactly the reaction.
Yeah, exactly the reaction he wants. Can he do it on another champion? He's not beating the allegations yet, but he's going for Draven again. And we love to see it, one of his best champions. It's going to give us fireworks indeed. And for the first time, no, actually, since the first game, T1 is free to
Rumble?
pick whatever they want.
Yeah, and there are so many good champions open right now. Rumble will be picked here. Oh, it will be Varus. And it was
Okay,
Oh,
it could be
okay.
the one that gets flex top lane as well with the tank build. We already seen Jester was not the tank build earlier today, but this could still be a flex champion.
possible. The build can also be the same. Maybe play it for 80k, but anyway, it's a
Okay.
Guma Yushi special. We saw him play it in the last game as well. Outplaying the Zeri as hard as I've never seen the Zeri being outplayed before. So
몰라,
very strong champion
빡게임이면
for Guma
바루스
Yushi.
럼블 하지
And
않을까,
then,
여기서?
yeah, I think the Rumble should be a champion that's
서포터는
being picked up as
보고
well.
뽑고,
We know
보고
the Varus
뽑고
is
싶어 할
support
것
lane.
같고.
Rumble Varus, fantastic picks.
보통 바루스 드레이븐 골랐을 때는
But
서포터
at
빨리 안
least
뽑는
he hasn't
편이거든요.
actually been picking the Rumble today only until he gets serious. This champion has been a problem
Yeah.
for a lot of people
Top.
and is very strong in that top side.
탑 정글 가나?
Probably get locked in if we
Oh,
know
Maokai.
Yike in terms
정글
of his
미드로 가나,
track
이러면?
record this year, but
Yone?
요네
Oh,
마카이?
broken
Broken
blade.
Blade
That's
special. Do
absolutely-
it.
Oh my
Lock it
god.
Oh,
in.
Yone
Yone top?
Draven GT.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
I hope that's going in the top lane.
It will most likely.
maybe.
Most likely. If there's an RZ
아, 요네 대 럼블 저거
that's
해봤는데
always a good pick into Alzi as well.
G2
So
recently.
possible.
진짜 럼블에 한 번 죽으면
Yeah, so
요네가 좀
that
캐리하는
would've been there.
느낌?
If there's one way to win those, that would
Actually, I
have
think
been
they
locking in the Nunu.
immediately fired him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Well,
All right, well,
Velvet.
Shout out to
that's a
them.
Yike special. Shout out to Kesha anyway.
the two signature
이거
champions he already
블루팀이니까
picked up.
벨베스가
Handsome on Draven
적
is
레드
like,
시작하고
even
어떻게
5
탑
years
한
ago,
번
if you were
찔러주는
asking who
그런
was the best Draven, it was for
식으로
sure Handsome at this point.
동선을 짤 수도
Broken
있겠는데?
Blade on Yone, fantastic pick, but the other pick, obviously Belveth. They're probably anticipating as well the Lee Sin, and now we have brawlers on both sides. Draven wants to play Arc.
브루콘
Varus from the
블레이즈도
lane. Yone Rumble
요네가
really
시금치
matchup.
픽이야?
Belveth Lee Sin, so there's a lot of fighting potential right now.
I think it also for G2 right now is turning into a win lane, win game kind of philosophy already with a lot of the carry picks. Like traditionally, obviously, you want to pinpoint where your carry point is going to come through, but as you can already see now, it's throughout the entirety of the map. But it is easier to play through a Belvet if you have champions that has agency with Prio. Most lanes, Draven does get the Prio as well, so counter jungling, them grouping around Jike, what made them so successful in winter, would be great seeing already.
So now we have the mid lane and support picks.
왜 G2가 후반 갈 생각을 안 해? 지금 후반 가도 전혀
And
나쁘지
question
않은데
is now,
G2?
what do you want to pair the Draven with? What do you want to pair the Varus with? Counter pick on support is very important.
탑
So
밸류 차이가
now,
많이
what is
나가지고.
T1 going to pick on 4 here? Is it the mid lane
원딜
pick or
원 드레이븐
Faker?
벨베스 뭐
Yeah.
그 후반에
Or is
좋은
it
건
the
아니지만
support pick for carry?
바루스
Pretty
이신이라고
sure
뭐
it's
후반에 좋나?
I could be wrong, but,
No, but
the R5
I
carry
would
is
actually
like.
I would
whoa.
agree with you as well. Because
후반
I mean, even thinking
가면
now, you know,
T1
if you
돌려서
pick
이김.
Varus support, I can't remember, but
And
just
look at
for
their
picking
faces.
mid lane in here would be
그럴수록.
so easier for you.
Oh,
That would have been sick.
That was
We could
really
야
just,
이거
like, if we could get Wei
아칼리
now
미드
here,
요네 오든 뭐 오든
ah,
상관없잖아
fuck.
지금.
I-
그러니까 탑
What
미드
a world where I'm disappointed about Akali
박아놓고
after I've just seen a Wei.
탑 미드
This is
박아놓고
still
그냥
very
서포터
awesome.
막픽
Yeah.
주려고 하네 이걸.
But you saw how focused both teams are. They are way less smiles than the
yeah, less
before.
smiles as Hansama just
Hey.
smiling.
I mean, Hans Sama has to play Draven, so I mean.
그냥
of course
브라운
he's gonna
베냈다는
smile.
거는
He's very,
들어가는
very
근접 서포터 하고 싶어하는 것 같은데?
Oh,
Yes,
알리, 레오나
give it
이런
to
거
us,
하나?
guys. Hey,
I love
big
cats, but
movie.
not in League of Legends.
유미 안 할 것 같은데?
So,
그죠?
Oh, okay. Thank God.
are going with an
이러면
engage,
아무무
and I think you
상대로
need to
뭐
ban
하려나?
engage when you
레오나?
play against the Mumu. You can always see it from the bans, right? They still
드레이븐
respect the
아무무가
Ashe
1레벨
period,
진짜
but
존나
outside of
세요.
that, having
아무무
the
상대로
brawl
1레벨
takeaway
괜찮은
just means
게
that you know we want to go engage.
브라운
You want to
정도.
mitigate the fact that then can go one of the best wardens into it, and you've already set yourself up for some nice Mumu 2v2s down the bot lane now with the Draven.
Yeah, you have to play an aggressive support. Nautilus was gone, Rel was
Nice.
gone.
Oh.
and
Mid
it's
style.
a super strong pick. Jeremy
Varus
right now in this
Rumble.
patch. You have the
뭐
Rumble
하려나?
ultimate, you have the Varus
레오나.
ultimate, but also the Akali matchup.
아니 뭐 하지?
Teams are right now very aggressive. Want to
뭔가
go
좀
in.
단
You have
앞라인
not-
있는 거 하는 게
you
좋을
have
것
literally
같은데?
3
어?
champions.
어, 이걸
Oh my
이렇게
God,
가?
Is it gonna be?
Is it time? Is it Bard? Is it
I mean,
Kalista?
Carrier can pull out everything. You know, there would be nobody else where you're hovering Kalista and you're like, it's gonna be support. Oh my god.
Lock it
Do
in.
we have it?
와 이게 상성이 되나? 그지? 아니 원딜 두 마리 안 될 것 같은데 아무무 드레이븐 1레벨 너무
It's
세가지고.
different.
Bart still.
Well, he is getting a Bard skin. Sadly, it's not out yet.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
그러니까 이거
That's such a
바드
flex,
고른 거는
Ah,
Amazing.
그냥
So, what do we think?
최근에
we have to
작년
remember it all
룰루커버
because
이번
it
룰루커버
disappeared.
하면서
no
But
problem.
what's
So,
gonna
생각이
happen?
바뀐 것 같아. 무조건 라인전 이겨야 된다가 아니라 밸류 팩 좀 가져가는 거죠.
Who wants to go
그냥
in?
바드는
No,
라인전만 넘기면 진짜
Come
하드캐리
on.
가능한
wants to
서포트.
fight. G2 wants to fight. I think there will be a lot of mistakes. There will be a lot of brawls. I think we will be.
뭐좀
in a
저점
game
높은 캐릭은
where
레오나 이런 거지.
At least we have 10 kills by minute 5.
아무무 상대로 체급 더 좋은
I think there will
근접.
be a very kill heavy game.
Listen, I love you, Sheepy, but you can't rock out with the best about the hype and the brawl. But there's one person who can, and he's standing on the other side. It's Draco.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought it was Vedius for sure, but here we are. It's the hype, it's the brawl.
What's up?
I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen on the bottom side of the map, Berlin. They're going to kill the shit out of each other. They're going to murder each other. They're going to queue up. It's going to be life or death from level 1. And that's what you want to see.
수호자의 뼈방패 들면 바드도 초반에 원콤 만나긴
Also,
하시는데.
Dracos and I have been casting 5 games, so we're
It's
excited.
going to get loose, folks.
Get loose. 6th game of the day, or 7th game of the day. My mistake. We did, of course, play one at the very beginning.
That's true.
Between the two German organizations, but we're getting ready for the Rift.
럼블이 탑이죠. 럼블이 탑이고 아칼리가 미드지.
domestically very often.
No.
Often taken away from.
근데 아칼리가 요네 따라가면 좀 좋긴 함. 아칼리는 요네도 이기고 사일도 이겨 어차피.
Which, if you watch European League of Legends, you know that's our favorite year.
Now a lot of eyes are going to be on this top lane.
나 이거 탑 좀 궁금하네. 나 이거 솔랭에서 많이 해봤는데 아 이거 생각보다 좀 까다롭던데. 개인 호응 차이도 좀 있고 밸류 차이가 좀 있어가지고.
Zeus has been on fire today when it comes to the 1v1.
And while T1 are a terrifying opponent, at least it's not NRG.
That's true.
Because let me tell you, losing to T1, probably fine. As a European fan, I don't think I could take it again if they lost to another NA team. I would break my heart.
Let's see if they can go toe-to-toe with the world champions. Ona getting his hands on his comfort pick of Lee Sin.
Yeah.
Faker on Akali once more. Gumiyushi. I mean, Varus is pretty much like his champion. It's the champion that I think of him the most. Like, obviously, he's got a fairly lengthy career at this point, and he's played a wealth of champions, but this one was just so significant in their series back in 2022 World Finals, and the impact that he has on it as well. When he played the on-hit Varus at the World Finals this year, he's just spectacular when he gets his hands on the Varus.
Even in, I think, the quarters, it was when he was able to get that 1v1 against the Aphelios with green-white, and he knew his damage perfectly, and he just
되게 무난하게 시작하네. 혹시라도 벨베스가 적할부 시작하는 경우가 워낙 많다 보니까 제우스가 옆에 붙어주는
incredibly
거야.
confidence-inspiring for Gumiyushi. He's a
혹시라도
guy who's
들어올까
had
봐.
really high highs, but hasn't always been able to transition that to those big series wins until this year. And
렌즈로 와드 지우고 시작했고 그러면 아무무 드레이븐이 1레벨 엄청나게 압박을 못해. 왜냐하면
know how to leverage the Draven. You highlighted
그 개인
it. It's a comfort
의식해야
pick.
되니까.
It's a
근데
signature pick.
바드가 아니 이거 바드가 뼈방패가 너무 쉽게
The
빠졌는데.
worst end of this trade overall. Now Guma's starting to
방금
breathe fire.
바드가
Going
1레벨
down,
지나가다
going
드레이븐한테
from
평타 한 대
the
맞았잖아. 그거 뼈방패 빠진 것 때문에 라인전이 조금 별로가 됐어. 그러니까 그 뼈방패가 안 빠졌으면 아무무가 Q 들어오는 게 별로 안 무섭고 잘 맞았을 텐데 그것 때문에.
Have to be ready to commit to it.
They're treating this like a scrim down here, Dracos. Like this is
Full
level
commit.
2
아 이거
win.
죽었다 이건.
Moving 2 Q stacks. Hantama walks forward. Yeah, he can just flash W. Instantly carry is now taken out. Gumiyushi's gonna be in
와
trouble.
더블킬 나왔는데?
Kills on the bottom side. Traded back for 1.
G2 come out
존나 매섭네.
all in at level 1 and at level 2 they make the dive happen.
그나마 다행인 건 바루스가 킬을 먹었다라는 거야. 그나마
I
다행인
feel
거.
like T1 forgot.
탑 다이브 연결되면 좋은데 아마 쉽지 않을 거예요.
Give this man Draven.
Look at the flash from Mickey afterwards as well. Just trying to get as much damage as possible, knowing that he was going to sacrifice his life for this play, and it was totally worth it. Look at how much farm ends up getting lost. Mickey level 2 roam.
아 아무무가 풀어줘라는데 이거.
Keep it going.
Jungle is being stolen away. Level 2.
아 이거
It's such a hard
죽을
1v1.
것 같은데.
Instantly the lock up the knockdown.
And that's a kill for Yike.
And that's a
야 이거는 위에서 돌아오는 디테일이 존나 좋았다.
Can't get excited
아무무가.
though. Down Dracos. We've seen T1
What
earlier
are
in the
you
day.
talking about? I am amped. Do you hear Berlin
안
right
될 것
now?
같은데?
Everybody's amped.
G2 playing well. Faker, is he going to go for the dive? Here comes Carrier.
안 될 것 같은데?
Caps waiting at the timer. Well played. Nice
Okay,
sidestep
some
back.
strength being shown by Faker.
Keep in mind on the bottom side, it looks like Guma might have a freeze on the wave though, so he's going to be picking up a lot of extra gold and experience.
Yike. He's a little bit behind in terms of farm, but that doesn't matter when he's got 2 kills. Broken Blade being bullied a little bit in the 1v1. Jungle is hovering around the top side, so Zeus does have to be cautious of that. Caps. And Yike looking for a play in mid.
도망가면 전멸 안 빠지고 살 수 있겠다. 쟤네도 쫓아가는 게 좀 부담스러워.
Doesn't know where owner is.
Faker also choosing not to extend that trade. Playing this 1v1 matchup very nicely though. Has a small CS lead for now. Owner will be able to get the box Scuttle Crab.
탑에서 솔로킬 한번 나오면 좋긴
T1
한데.
can make a dive of their own. Handsome are very low.
아, 근데 이게 T1은 좀 다른 게 CC가 제대로 된 CC가 없어가지고.
This is big. T1 with a pretty decent XP advantage here, at least for Guma.
아, 여기서 싸우면 근데 또 생각보다 그렇게 좋지 않을 수도 있어. 애매해요. 드레이븐이 체력이 없긴 한데 타워 주변이고 쟤네 캐릭터들이 워낙 힘이 센 캐릭터라서 아무모 벨 쓰면 리신 바드는 좀 다재다능한 편이고. 아니, 전멸 있긴 한데 다음 큐랑 와우. 근데 살아가긴 했는데 기분이 좋진 않아 이거. 이게. 아이고 레드불님 구독권 50개 감사합니다. 아이고 감사합니다 레드불님. 아, 여러분들 레드불 많이 사랑해주세요. 지금 T1 경기 보시느라 졸리고 피곤하실 땐 에너지 드링크는 레드불.
Portal is there for owner if he wants to take it. Beautiful sidestep.
He ran towards him. He put the pressure on owner.
Do what you
rather than
want.
trying to run away. I'm either going to go left or right. What are you going to gamble?
Yeah, I feel like owner a little over eager there. Maybe
아, 이거 그 알림은 좀 꺼놓을게요.
Line up the E. But doesn't get the angle. Nice sidestep from
경기
BB.
오시는데
It's not
방해되니까.
going to stop Zeus from just forcing in this wave and backing if he so chooses.
CS advantage already, 50 to 29. We talked about how Zeus, the 1v1 has been dominant today, and he's going to continue that. Obviously, this matchup will get a little bit easier for Broken Blade as he gets more items under his belt. On the side lane, he's going to scale very well. Oh, Mickey in a bit of danger.
아칼리가 라인전 유리해. 왜냐하면 일단은 1렙 푸시도 아칼리한테 있고 사일러스는 아칼리한테 들어오지 않으면 계속 맞는 구도인데 아칼리는 Q자를 계속 가능해가지고.
Is there an angle to make a play? Doesn't seem like it. Just going to grab chimes in the meantime.
그리고 레벨 6 이후에도 아칼리 대 사일러스 이제 1대1 한방 싸움하면 서로 할만할 수 있겠지만 뭐 아칼리가 때리고 치착하는 것도 있는데 한 번 싸우고 나면 아칼리 궁 한 번 쓸 때 사일 궁 한 번 쓸 때 아칼리는 2번 쓴단 말이야.
Silas kind of has to commit to be able to find any advantage, and Faker kind of playing on the edge, going for the early healing reduction.
Yeah. Love to
Those are
see
the type
it.
of trades Caps needs to take, but Faker comes out on top once again.
Yeah. So much of Caps' ability to win trades.
자, 이 타이밍에 이제 쇼 봐야지.
Yeah, gonna look for the knock.
오, 무빙 살아있다 방금.
Connect. A little bit awkward there, but Mickey will find the angle. Again, no follow up here, however.
Don't want to overcommit. Yike just providing
Top side.
cover.
See the picture in picture.
이게 탑 구도가 내가 말했던 것처럼 저게 그렇게 좋지가 않더라고. 내가 많이 해봤는데 봐봐 지금 저 탑 구도 조금 무너졌어요. 여기서 이거 이득 럼블 궁 쓰고 하면 잡을 만한데? 그러니까 이게 탑 구도가 CS 차이는 꽤 많이 나 보이는데 방금 리신 그런 거 없었으면 지금 결국 아이템이 비슷하잖아요. 그러면 생각보다 저게 잘 못 몰아붙이더라고. 럼블 방금 엄청 밀려났잖아요. 리신 없었으면 구도 완전 무너졌을 거예요. 레벨 뜨면 무조건 져가지고. 방금 열매 먹으러 간 거 리신 없었으면 먹고 와가지고 솔직히 라인 전체가 많이 안 좋아졌어. 와, 잘한다. 근데 이거 잡긴 했다. 아! 야, 이거 근데 이거는 진짜 죽을만 했는데. 진짜 피 1 남고 살았네. 그러니까 방금 왜 죽을만 했냐면 벨베스가 맞은 이유가 2로 타워를 흡혈하려고 했던 것 같아요. 근데 스톤을 맞아버려가지고 이를 못 써서 이게 사실 죽었어야 되는 각인데. 봐봐, 지금 탑 구도가 럼블이 먼저 집 갔잖아. 저게 저렇게 되면 절대 안 돼요. 좀 많이 힘들어. 그러니까 요네를 뽑은 게 자신감이 멋있었던 거지. 저게 또 은근히 점화가 좋아 보이는데 저 타이밍쯤에 또 한번 싸웠다가 요네가 집 가서 텔로 또 아이템 사고 가면 또 그것도 막 좀 기분이 별로 안 좋아요.
Yeah, just barely able to get it out. Still would have been positive, of course, if it had been the 2-for-1, but the fact that they managed to get everybody out makes it that much better. Again, 58 to 81, the CS score in the mid lane, very much in favor of Faker. Similar story on the top side, but Hansama knows that he has to further extend this advantage. He is the strong point. He is the raid boss. He makes
와, 진짜 각 잘 본다. 지금 원딜끼리 아이템 차이 되게 많이 났어. 순간적으로 아이템 차이 많이 났고 특히 이제 드레이븐이 루비 수정 샀잖아요. 루비 수정 방템이 원래 아이템 초반 효율 좋더란 말이에요. 진짜 정확하게 각을 보네.
Faker though, just trading aggressively in the mid lane again. T1 top and mid, steadily accruing these gold advantages. They just need to stem the bleeding bot lane and they'll be okay. But it's on G2 to try to break.
탑은 이제 개인 호응이나 이런 거 저런 거 다 생각하면 압박하기 되게 힘들어.
I mean, right now for G2, they are kind of bleeding gold in mid and top, as you rightly said. The solo lanes for T1.
미드 CS 되게 잘 벌려놓. 이거 죽었다 이거.
Into Caps, but Caps is going to grab that kill. Again, clean performance thus far.
이거 요네가 이게 와, 진짜 다행이다. 저거 방금 과열이 조금 잘못돼가지고 사실 게임 간 거 같은데. 방금 그 큐가 없는 과열 상태 돼가지고 사실 이거는 요네가 이겼어도 전혀 이상하지 않는데 요네는 전멸 안 썼고 럼버는 전멸 써가지고 그 차이가 방금 싸움 다른 거.
On the approach, Carrier has no good angle to throw down the magical journey. Guma now just going to try to go for the 1v1.
근데 이거 좀 좋은데? 이거까지
The banquet comes out. Yike going to grab that one.
A bit of revenge for Guma Yushi as he's able to punish Hansama.
근데 이거 솔직히 좀 T1이 만약에 지게 되면 좀 기분 좀 나쁠 것 같긴 하다. 왜냐면 결국은 프로 경기에서 프로 대 프로에서 서로 빡겜 픽해가지고 게임이 나온 건데 솔직히 근데 T1이 이게 좀 불합리한 조건이 좀 많긴 했잖아.
Roams up towards mid. They get this knock up on the Faker. He tries to use the E to create space. Ends up losing his
이거 또 잡겠는데? 근데 전멸 있어서 살아가긴 할 듯.
This is overheated. He doesn't even need abilities to try to finish the kill.
와, 이거 리 맞추네. 야, 이거 두 번 딴 건 좀 큰데요? 이거는 균열이 있을 만한 정도의 성과이긴 한데 이게 캐릭터가 럼블이라 가지고 중후반에 힘이 좀 딸리긴 하거든요. 그러니까 용 한 개 먹었으니까 그냥 4용 먹는 플랜으로 좀 가봐야 될 듯. 럼블이 사이드가 구린데 대신 아칼리가 좋은데. 아니 오늘 근데 제우스 진짜 폼이 좋다. 이게 이적 시장에서 제우스는 어떻게든 무조건 잡으려고 했다라는 그 이유를 보여주는 느낌이죠.
I mean, incredibly disciplined, and of course, Draven, you get the blood rush, you have a little bit of extra mobility, the cleanse as well.
야, 근데 이거 두 번 죽었잖아. 이렇게 해도 한 번 잡으면 탑 역전이야. 이거 죽을 만해. 충분히 죽을 만한 게 전멸 없고 요네 공 있고.
But the strong points right now really are Hansama and
존나 아파.
Yike here on the top side, looking to use some of his strength to get BB back into this game.
안 맞았는데? 그래도 죽을 것 같아요. 다 피했는데? 그래도 이건 럼블이 원래 이런 캐릭이야. 이거는 솔직히 뭐 요네한테 킬 안 들어온 걸 다행이라고 뭐.
Yike able to dash out to safety. TP's good. Dash in. One man knockup.
Q3
through the wall to find two. Cap has to be careful though. He missed on the abduct.
3대2 안 될 것 같은데.
Stolen to call ultimate. Yike mitigating so much damage immediately. They turn their attention right back to Faker. They're going to grab the kill. Yike unstoppable. Signature picks for G2 paying off. Going golden under the tower. Hansama not going to take the aggro. Now it's going to be Guma in trouble. The whirling death that's coming out.
이거 더블킬이다 이거는. 아무무가 다시 들어가면 더블킬이에요. 이거 되게 좋은데? 야, 이거는 방금 바드가 Q 너무 잘 맞춰가지고 근데 다시 죽을 것 같아요 이거. 아무무 다시 가면 죽어요. 와, Q 피하는 센스 뭔데? 근데 일단은 아무모도 데려갈 것 같아요. 이거 디테일 오고 아칼리가 오면 드레이븐이 역주행하고 처형 당할 것 같네요. 근데 아칼리 전멸 있네. 저거 전멸로 피하고 저걸 방금 대각선으로 전멸 피하고 Q 묻혔어야지 처형킬이 안 나왔는데.
They're mounting the kills, they're mounting the gold, and a lot of it was off the back of Yike finding great plays across the map.
Q 거리 되게 나는다. 뭐 드레이븐도 전멸 있어가지고 별로 안 하고 싶었을 것 같긴 해.
Some plates back, but this early game is completely dominated by the jungle support of G2.
Yeah, we'll take a look back at this play, and you can see the initial dive.
The initial flash didn't quite go the way Mickey wanted it, but he lands the ult.
Yeah.
Good ultimate response from Carrier to buy a little bit of time. The damage from Hansama, though, is just too much. Carrier with a really nice binding here. The second aggro is taken, flashes away, connects Hansama to the wall, and then he just does what he can to buy time. Unfortunately for Carrier, it's not quite enough.
Yeah, and really crucial here, Mickey just standing right in front of Bard, so there's no way that Q.
아, 깔끔하게 큐 맞췄다, 리신. 아, 깔끔하게 죽었다, 고마요시.
Does so much damage. 6-0 and 5. He's been involved in 11 of G2's 15 kills. Broken Blade, the sacrifice in top lane.
And I mean, you heard it from him. He doesn't have the wealth of experience that so many other.
브로큰 블레이드가 세크리파이스 탑 한다는데 이게 세크리파이스인가?
I mean, yeah, we gotta think back to when Yike debuted in the LEC. He was put on all these carries.
근데 럼블 열어주고 1픽 안 한 건 세크리파이스가 맞긴 한데 아니 근데 이건 럼블 열어주고 세크리파이스 했다기보다는 그냥 럼블 주고 요네 하고 싶었던 것 같은데? 저거 솔랭 해보면 진짜 할만해 요네가.
He is very, very confident on, and he is making magic happen on the Rift right now.
G2 gonna grab the Herald. Only one Drake taken thus far this game, so overall a pretty slow game in terms of neutral objectives. See what they can get done with this Herald. Yike, of course.
아, 그냥 제우스가 세체탑이 맞다 진짜 역시. 그냥 개 잘한다.
So incredibly obnoxious pressure to be dealt with. Hex flash over the wall.
그냥 챔프 폭이랑 팀 상황 안 가리고 항상 최고의 퍼포먼스 보여주네.
Instant use of the Herald on the top side.
뭐 아까 아크샤는 좀 아쉽긴 했는데 볼리비아랑 이것도 캐릭터가 좀 부리긴 하니까.
Cross mapping, looking to secure an outer tower of his own. Nice use of the Bard ultimate. Herald, sorry, Rumble ultimate can be used as well.
I like it.
Still a score.
근데 바드 있어서 모르긴 해. 보통 이럴 때 제우스가 좀 밸류 좋은 픽에서 탑으로 돌려주는 경우가 많은데 이게 럼블이라 가지고 이거는 오히려 기회가 될 수도 있다고 생각하고 해야 되는 받아쳐야 되는데 그냥 너무 세다. 드레이븐이 너무 세다 그냥. 일단 잡았고요. 이거 다 잡아도 막 게임 역전했다 이런 느낌은 아니야. 한 명 죽었고 2차 밀리긴 해가지고. 근데 많이 좋아지긴 했습니다. 이거 벨베스가 1000원짜리였지. 드레이브는 생각보다 돈이 없더라고. 잘 컸는데. 일단은 벨베스 제일 잘 건 벨베스 때려놓은 게 존나 좋았고 바드가 아무 뭐 1인공 받은 게 진짜 좋았어요. 그래서 T1이 되게 할만한 구도가 나왔어 방금 순간적으로. 아 그리고 진짜 오너가 큐 존나 잘 맞춘다 리신. 이제 탑은 아 근데 레벨 2 차이 나가지고 이기겠다. 레벨이 좀 차이가 많이 나가지고 그냥 저 탐식의 망치에다 루비까지 나오면 이제 럼블이 요네 못 이길 거예요. 그리고 애초에 텔 차이가 나가지고 이제 럼블 요네 크는 거는 막을 수 없어. 그냥 존나 비비고 다녀야 돼. 돌아다니면서 럼블.
Faker and Caps trading in the bot lane. Perfect execution going to be used there by Caps. Faker just really dominating Caps in this matchup. We'll have control over the bot side of the map. T1 now looking to chip away as Hansama and Mickey used a lot of summoner spells there. Dragon is still a long way away, so no real objective to fight over right now. G2, I think they should look to slow down the game just a little bit. Get those resets off, spend what gold they have. As T1, as you can very easily see, finding opportunities and slowly crawling their way back into the game.
Here's Hansama, that single Vamp Scepter, with just the sheer quantity of raw AD that he has, making it easy to stay sustained, even against a bit of poke from the Varus. It is just the on-hit Varus, though, so not quite as lethal. That said, it's going to be a tough game for Hansama. No summoners for the next few minutes. Second carry has ultimate up and available. You know, he will be the priority target. They can isolate that Draven. It's a pretty easy kill. No real defensive tools outside of the stand aside, and if they're already on top of you because of that Bard ult, not a lot of room for response. But yike.
It's a big collapse in top lane, TP as well.
Two coming in. Caps on the flank. Yeah, continuing to step forward has to be careful.
럼블 벨트 뭐야? 아 럼블 노플인데. 아 근데 럼블은 진짜 럼블 많이 해본 사람으로서 저렇게 죽으면 캐리 못해요. 저 힘 너무 잘 빠져. 와 이거는 많이 힘들겠다. 아칼리가 바텀에서 솔로 킬이라도 따주지 않는 이상 그냥 이거는 제카 해야 돼.
Faker cross mapping on the bot side of the map. He's too far away to secure this tower though. G2, I don't think there's really any collapse available to them here.
레드불 마시고 있는 제우스.
Broken Boy can go for the cancel here, but Faker just going to respect it and walk away. Yike now returning.
Oh, Guma
Leaps in, takes the red. Level 10 for Guma. He is dead.
Yeah.
Yone ultimate a little unnecessary.
He thought he was safe hovering around Faker, but the collapse came through from G2. Now the TP from Caps was excellent. No vision on the side of T1. Caps completely ignores Carrier, focuses down Zeus, and the damage is good. Mickey, meanwhile, over towards Ona, knows that he can throw down the ultimate.
내가 그전 상황을 안 봐가지고 왜 저렇게 잘리게 됐는지를 모르겠네. 근데 유럽 팀들이 원래 맵을 좀 잘 써, 잘 자르고 저 지역이 좀 그 정도 잘하는 것 같아. 그러니까 유럽 팀들이라고 하기보다는 정확히 말하면 그 G2급 애들. 그 전판 G2 애들이랑 이번 판 G2 애들 그런 정도급 애들. 뭐야 지평선 럼블? 그거 안 좋을 것 같은데? 아 럼블 궁이 좀 별로로 깔리긴 했네. 근데 그래도 애초에 싸움 구도 자체가 시작이 좀 좋았어가지고 지진 않을 것 같은데? 이거 보면 바텀 웨이버 좀 버리고 온 거긴 하거든요. 지금 레벨 다 따라잡혔잖아. 이미 럼블 썩었어. 캐리 못해요 이거. 그러니까 럼블이 캐리 하긴 좀 힘들 것 같고 다 같이 잘해서 캐리해야 돼 이거는.
Definitely not if you're T1. You don't really want to actively force that fight against Hansama unless you can find a pick onto him. He doesn't have flash for now, which is a large part of why T1 were able to find that pick.
저거 텔포 있는 요네. 저 사이드 돌면 지금 못 막아. 저 아칼리도 좀 싸우기 쉽지 않고 럼블은 당연히 그냥 개발려 지금은. 운영하기 진짜 힘들 거야. 다행히 팀에 바드가 있어가지고 바드 있고 상대에 원딜이 뚜벅이니까 이게 좀 물어보려고 계속 할 수 있긴 한데 좀 조급하긴 할 거예요. T1이 다행인 게 사이드가 조금 애매한데 바론 딜이 빠르고 바드가 있어서 자르기 좀 쉽다라는 거.
That's what you grasped for? That was your moment?
Yeah.
More lethal as the game continues as Yike
finds another kill.
Little golden freeze frame for that kill.
야, 큰일 났다 이거. 욕 먹어서 끝내야 되는 조합인데 사이드가 힘들어가지고 욕 먹히고 미드를 차 못 키겠네.
Pushing in mid, dragon spawning in 10 seconds. They'll use this priority to control the.
좀 많이 힘든 게 맞아. 골드 차이도 그렇고 사이드도 그렇고 용도 네 번째 용이라도 완성시키는 게 승리 플랜이었는데 그것도 지금 끊겼고.
Looks like it'll just be the recall from Gumayushi. I thought potentially they could try to threaten a Baron, but it would just be too slow at this stage of the game. Yes.
이기면 1억 돈 한다고 그 정도는 아닌데.
Still a pretty slow take. 2-7 for Guma.
아니 1억이 있어? 이 도대를 할 수 있는 1억이 당장 있어?
Jungle obviously has a pretty big advantage for Yike as well. Level 13 to level 12. Stopwatch completed. He's going to steal away more camps.
Certainly is the slappiest Stingray.
Broken Blade going to get back to base by the Hull Breaker. Items just coming through. You imagine Bloodthirst is going to be done.
쟤네는 1억보다 T1을 이겼다라는 명예가 더 좋을 수도 있어요. 돈 많은 애들이에요.
T1 trying to stop this?
Yep, 100%.
No.
No.
That was an interesting 100%.
That was a caster curse.
왜 그건 좀 이제 1억 5명에서 2천만 원씩 나눠 가진다고 치면 쟤네들 평균 연봉이 그냥 다 프로게이머를 얼마나 오래 했는데 최소 3억에서 많이 받는 애들은 7억 8억까지도 받는데 그거를 5년만 해도 최소 10억에서 20억 정도의 자산을 보유하게 되는 건데 물론 못 쓰기도 하겠지만요.
catch G2 off guard. And they may have found one.
Kick back.
아, 좋다.
Ticking as well. Easy kill. Pick up the TP now coming in and starting to feel a lot worse. Caps, what's the angle? He's going to steal Faker's ult away and he's going to dash out to safety. Yike. Already burning the E is pretty disastrous. No
바드
rumble, but he has to be careful.
공
Broken blade off
오!
the flank. He's immediately going to ult out to safety. But now Carry
반응했는데?
is ready to follow up.
반응했는데
The
잡을
Suns gonna
만한데?
pick Guma
야, 이거 바로
uncontested.
먹었다.
Quick shutdown to Owner and T1 turn their sights to Baron.
And just like that, they
이기겠는데?
find 2 quick picks. Owner with an incredible play on
야,
the
근데 T1, 야, 오너 리치는 좀 진짜 OP 같아. 진짜 오너 리치는 이거를 열어 이런 느낌이야.
Unless Yike can find a steal.
Root. Mickey just trying to find an angle into the pit. Yike, no knockup. Can't dash over walls currently with the Q. Now he can. Objective will get taken.
근데 럼블 왜 여기 있어? 저거 왜 감을 안 타고?
Now gonna follow up. Has to be careful though. Caps can't come over the wall quite yet. They're just trying to herd T1. They need to.
아, 바드 감을 없는데. 너무 많이 죽었다 근데. 바로 먹고. 두 명이나 죽은 거는 G2 입장에서도 뭐 not bad 느낌? 그러니까 not worse.
T1. They found that pick onto Han Sama. They then punished Broken Blade for his awkward positioning. Owner now in a 1v1.
아, 이거 못 데려갈 것 같은데. 죽었다. 아, 제우스도 죽었다 이거. 아, 존나 잘 싸운다. 뭐냐? 야, 와이크 얘 원래 잘하는 애요?
And just like that, G2 punished T1. They find 3 kills.
그냥 뭐 유채정이야? 압도적인 유채정이야?
Yike just doing more damage than what Owner can do. The late game power of this Velveth running T1 down.
그냥 G2 에이스인가 보네? G2의 에이스급에다 유채정급인가 보네? 야, 이번 월드 안 봤지? T1 거만 봤어. 약간 전 포지션 다 합쳐도 그냥 제일 잘하는 급 선수인가 보네, 제가. 유럽에서.
And then look at this flash from Yike. He's waiting. Flash, knockup.
그 정도는 아니야?
Then with the damage reduction.
유럽에서 제일 잘하는 선수들이 누군데? 캡스, 와이크?
From G2, and they nullify the Baron.
And Owner confident to just walk up and start taking that fight, knowing the Guma's behind him, unaware of how many members of G2 were waiting.
저 벨베스 잘 크면 되게 센데 그 물어 뜯는 것도 그때 그 피해 감소 있는데. 막 그 마체랑 크라켄 이런 거 들어가서 존나 딜 잘 나와.
Not a lot for G2 to do here. They can already feel pretty happy that they've essentially entirely mitigated the impact of this Baron outside of the gold. And that's good news, because to be honest, both of these sides.
그러니까 결국은 한 방에 게임을 끝낼 거 아니면 용을 4용으로 연결을 시켜야 되는데. 아까 오너가 했던 거 한 번 더 넣어야 될 것 같은데. 바론에서 사고가 좀 많이 나가지고. 바론 먹고 결국은 4명 다 뒤지는 거잖아 이게.
Could be disastrous for either side.
Yike gonna melt through this tower. Faker's forced to back away. He really is.
근데 피곤할 만해요.
That's what I was gonna say. You really this is the performance. This is the canonical lore performance that you're looking for. How she is holding any of those items with her weird pointed hands, I have no idea, but making it work.
That she is Broken Blade going for a bit of a trade. It's a big shield from the W. Right now, G2 are just putting pressure down onto the mid lane to give them control over T1's bot side to then better set up for the Dragon, spawning in 15 seconds. So T1's response is to immediately move mid and get control over this wave so that they can access the river through the mid lane. You can see Carrier already chipping away at that wave, and now G2 are forced to respond. So T1 making a smart choice. They still have access into the river here, but it's very dark. Our observers highlighting how little T1 see. They have to slowly
근데 이거 위치 좀 좋은데? 많이 좋은데요? 시작이 너무 좋은데? 한타 시작은 너무 좋아. 일단 이건 요네는 사실 죽은 거랑 다름없고 T1은 다른 데서 맞은 애가 없거든. 럼블 그건 조금 별로고 이거 캡스 대 오너도 좋아. 캡스 대 오너도 좋아요. 사일러스 되게 잘 컸는데 정글러한테 마크 당하면 구도 되게 좋고 아무무공 잘 들어갔다 이거. 와 이거 근데 구도가 T1한테 되게 좋은 구도였는데 아무무공 끝까지 아꼈다가 거기 와이크 들어간 게 너무 기가 막혔다. 뭐 오너가 캡스한테 죽은 거는 그냥 잘끔 미드 데리고 결국은 한타에 끝까지 참여 안 했으니까 서로 사실 뭐 별로 나쁜 거 아니었고요. 이거 아무무 벨베스 끝까지 참은 게 개 좋았네. 나는 아무무 서포터 매번 솔랭에서 나올 때마다 되게 좋다고 느껴. 그냥 라인전 세고 변수 지리고 교전 세고 저거 왜 안 하는지 나 잘 모르겠어. 난 자나테에서도 딱 봐도 좋을 것 같아. 그냥 라칸, 노틸, 렐 저거 왜 요즘에 안 하냐? 아니 근데 몸이 들어가지만 그냥 캐릭터가 단단하잖아. 그리고 CC가 존나 많잖아. 쟤 물기도 조금 힘들어. 궁극기 역으로 당할까봐. 와 근데 여기 아무무 궁에 아꼈다가 드레이븐 궁이랑 벨베스 들어가는 한타 집중력이 미쳤다 G2가. 뭐 솔직히 뭐 럼블 궁도 조금 아쉬운 부분이 있긴 했죠. 일단 아이템이 지평선 가가지고 좀 아쉽네. 나는 그불이 무조건 좋다고 보는 스타일이긴 하거든. 그불이 지금 AP 고트템이에요. 그냥 왜 다들 왜 이게 그냥 두 번째 템으로 무조건 가는 게 아니야. 그냥 마방템 없는 타이밍에 마간도 좀 고트고 체력도 있고 하이템도 좋고 실제 주물력 그냥 AP도 100이라서 가격도 싸고 마간도 있고 AP도 높고 체력도 있고.
They didn't even have to make it to international to throw like that. They can end the year on a high, Dracos. G2 can round things out with a bit of redemption.
아, 근데 보이드가 나는 근데 보이드가 좀 애매한 것 같아. 그러니까 보이드라는 아이템 자체가 요즘에 느끼는 게 뭐냐면 누군가는 그러니까 이게 보면 예를 들면 탑은 마방 가는데 원딜 미드는 보통 마방 안 간단 말이야. 근데 보이드가 주물력이 너무 낮아요. 주물력이 너무 낮아가지고 그불보다 약하게 들어가는 경우가 되게 많아. 그래서 보이드 예전처럼 막 갈 수 있는 템이 아닌 것 같아.
Look at Ona, constantly looking for an angle. Maybe he can get behind them. Maybe he can find that pick onto Hansama. Of course, he does have all of his summoner spells up. 4 items completed. And Yike really, like even if you kill Hans, is it enough to get through Yike? GA finished as well for this Belveth. T1 pushed back into their side.
예전에 보이드는 주물력도 높은데 마간이 존나 고트라서 전부 다 보이드 간 거고. 그때 진짜 좋았어. 캐넨 같은 애도 벨트 보이드 가고. 벨트 보이드 100회 가면 진짜 그냥 삼신기 완성. 이거 시작 나쁘지 않은데? T1에 문제가 좀 있었나 보네. 오너가 전멸도 못 쓰고 죽긴 했거든.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep you up to date as we have more information. That's what we call a cliffhanger. It's like your favorite Netflix show.
This is one of the worst moments you want to see a pause in.
Or the best, depending on how much you just like anticipation.
Oh, the tension is at an all-time high. G2 on the precipice of rounding out their year with a win against T1.
It's a little melodramatic to call it redemption, but as a European fan, it does kind of feel that way.
We had a bad year, bro.
정황상으로 보면 T1 아닐까? G2가 죽이고 포자할 것 같진 않은데? 왜냐면 G2가 들어간 거잖아. 그러면 G2 아니다. 뭐 끝나고 이슈가 터졌을 수도 있겠네요.
At an international tournament after MSI this year was BDS beating Golden Guardians.
True.
We didn't make it to another best of 5 after that.
근데 좀 일정이 진짜 쉽지 않아 보이긴 한다.
Yeah, but I said post MSI, which was like kind of cherry picking.
좀 약간 뭐랄까 어떤 악의적인 느낌이 좀 있지 않았나.
If G2 do win this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, this
they will have
진짜
won
인간의 한계에
the same number of
도전을.
games against T1.
Yeah.
As the LPL did at Worlds.
True.
Back into the
and we're back into the game. Oh God, it's an incredible portal. There's no follow-up. It was sick, but it just doesn't mean anything. Carry is dead, and the G2 are now slaughtering T1. Okay, a bit anticlimactic.
Here comes the Varus ultimate from Caps.
Caps overextending. Huge damage coming from Zayas, but the follow-up is there from the side of G2 as I catch my bearings here. Faker could be in trouble. Yike gonna follow up. The knockup is there. Yike should just be
와
able to
너무
find this
세네
kill.
벨베스.
Let's look in. Strikebreaker doesn't connect. Faker trying to create space.
He's fast
G2
though.
are just hunting for kills right now. The thing is, you got to be mindful.
아니
of the fact that the
벨베스가
Swans in
롤토컵에서 항상 역대적으로 잘하는 정글러들이 존나 쓰도록 카나비도 그렇고 작년 유럽 정글러 걔 누구였지? 존나 잘하던데? 그냥 벨베스가 그냥 필살기 같은 느낌인 것 같아. 정글러들이 캐리하기 좋은. 약간 니달리는 솔직히 대회에서 쓰기 좀 애매하잖아. 잘하는 정글러들이 아 씨발 그냥 이거 줘 내가 캐리해볼게.
2% for completed item. Feeling good. There's the chase down on Faker, and this is gonna be an easy, quick, uncontested Baron pick up by the
엘류야,
side of
엘류야.
G2.
캐니언 뭐 엘류야 뭐
And I feel the tension.
카나비
It just continues to
와이크
grow in the
이래놓고.
audience because I guarantee there are so many people here who feel the same way. All signs point
약간
to G2 win.
렉사이 좀 상위호한 느낌?
Everything shows that they are favored.
The cast across is really strong.
Well, I'm just saying it like this is just facts.
It's true. Well, G2, they're going to be looking for this next dragon. Their third mountain of the
아
game.
이게
But it could be
원래
T1's
바드가
third
밸류가
of the
아무보다
game
더
as
좋은
well.
캐릭터인데
It's T1
그냥 앞라인이
next
하나도
to
없다
first the objective,
보니까
but Handsome are gonna do a
앞라인이
bit of
하나도
base.
없고 벨베스가 너무 잘 커서 밀고 들어오는 거
Right now,
억제력이
G2's
없다 보니까
kinda
저희 바드도 좀
timings
구려
are a bit
보이는
messed
상황이
up,
돼버렸고
but T1 they're gonna
거의
choose
이번
to
판은
play
오히려
safe.
막 브라움이
Level
브라움이 존나
17
마렵지.
Velvet is not something they want to go
브라움
toe-to-toe
있으면
with
이길
right
수 있을
now.
것 같은데.
Just continuing to scale too. More and more attack speed, uncapped. See what the final
돼지옷만
line is.
세 개나
Imagine a
먹었네.
death stance just to come through here.
G2 they're just
아니
waiting
브라움
for
당연히 브라움 하면
someone to get back
이기기
into
힘들지
the lane.
초반에.
They've
아니
created
근데
one
브라움
shot
있었으면
in the
했을
back
수도 있어.
topside.
브라움 밴했잖아. 원래 아무무 이런 게 브라움 상대로 되게 약하고 이게 바루스 드레이븐 같이 평타 싸움하는 이 힘싸움 센 캐릭터들끼리 할 때 브라움이 좀 고트해요. 브라움 있는 팀이 웬만하면 초반에도 이거 6레벨 이후에 존나 교전이 세.
Acting as an extra wave.
One knock up there. Mickey immediately gonna find the knock up on the three. Perfect combo. Tempered fate. A little bit too late to temper the fate of T1 or the aggression of G2. Mickey finding another angle. Mikhail's out from Carrier is clean though to make sure that his mid laner is safe as Hansama just walks up and tries to two-shot the Bard. Has to be careful here though. Still double Nexus towers. But that is a lot of minions. Void Remora or otherwise. G2 going for the throat here. They do not want to mess around. Hansama still standing. Caps off to the side. Isolating Gumayushi. Gumayushi taking out Broken Blade, finding the kill. Faker is not going to be enough to keep this one going. Takes out Broken Blade in the meantime. Owner and Carrier still standing, trying to burn through Caps, but they just do not have the damage to get it done. He goes golden.
아쉽네.
Berlin, you know what time it is. It took all day. It took every single team we had, but G2 are victorious.
아쉽네. 뭐 이제 다행인 건 그래도 이제 선수들이 뭐 이제 귀국하고 쉬러 올 수 있는 거 아닐까요?
An incredibly fun match to watch. Huge credit to T1 as well. They've been fighting all day. You know, they've had to bear the brunt of so much pressure. But it was an incredibly fun match to watch. And G2 showcasing what they're capable of.
Yeah, and regardless of the context here, let me just be the first European fan to say, we take those.
We take those.
We take those. You know, in whatever form, as we are getting ready for the interview on stage, moments away now.
아 이건 T1이 유독 G2한테 약한 게 아니지. 너 분탕이지 일부러 사람들 긁으려고.
Please take it away.
Alrighty, one more time, give it up for T1 and G2! Come and stand here, BB. I am delighted to say we are joined right now, Laura and I, by BB, Zayas and Becca, his translator. Please give them a huge round of
기분 존나 찜찜하게 당했대 솔직히.
So Bibi, I have a question for you. Let's start with the fact that the serious games
뭐
you played them
솔직히
for fun, but the fun
아쉽지만 뭐 그래도
games, you
이벤트
played them like
전이니까.
this and you defeat T1. What is that about? What made you win today? And what was the approach facing up against T1 in this scenario?
I think we both took the game a little bit less serious. So once we start getting ahead with our champs, it's hard for them to play. I mean, Zeus was doing some stuff to me on the top lane, but we managed to win anyway. So I'm very happy about that.
Zayas, you had a chance here to compete in Berlin, I believe, for the first time. What has it been like for you being here with the team, competing in front of this incredible crowd?
경기한 거 처음으로 해보는데요. 이렇게 이렇게 많은 관중들하고
목소리가 안 들리는데?
멋진 대회에서 경기한 소감을 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
일단 이벤트 대회라고 들어서 좀 가벼운 마음으로 즐기려고 왔는데 생각보다 다들 너무 열심히 해가지고 열심히 했습니다. 그냥 롤드컵 하는 기분이었어.
So I thought it was an event match, so I came here to play, enjoyable matches. But everyone here was very competitive enough, so I actually felt like I was competing at Worlds.
The unofficial world
예전에
finals.
그거 같다.
But the
예전에
G2
롤드컵
winning this time,
지옥의 그룹
I know
스테이지
you
그런
got
거
an
있잖아요.
interview before the
하루에 막
game
7경기씩 하는데
about
물론
you playing
이제
in front of
한
a German
팀만
audience,
많아서
playing
두세
here at the
경기지만
last event of the season. How was today for you, playing on stage, playing against T1, the world champions, and playing in front of the German crowd?
It was awesome. I mean, I'm very jealous of T1 for being able to play so many games behind this crowd. It was amazing, guys. Thank you very much.
나는 약간 저런 게 좀 부러워요. 그러니까 예를 들면 내가 비비잖아. 뭐 탑이잖아. 솔직히 뭐가 됐든 탑은 진 거 맞잖아. 좀 기분 별로 안 좋았을 것 같아. 되게 유쾌한 게 좀 나는 저런 게 좀
an unbelievable
좀 신기해.
2023.
좀
When you
뭐랄까
look
대단하달까?
back, you and the team, what stands out to you? What are some of the moments that you will never ever forget across the course of this year?
제우스 선수 2023년에 좀 굉장히 뜻깊은 한 해를 보낸 것 같은데요. 이렇게 한 해를 되돌아봤을 때 특별히 좀 떠오르는 순간이나 장면이
티언이 너 경기 많이 해서
있을까요?
힘들었을 것 같다고 했대요.
아무래도 당연히 롤드컵 우승한 게 기억에 남는 것 같고 그리고 독일에서의 좋은 추억들 기억에 남는 것 같습니다.
I think definitely the moment when we win the Worlds was definitely stay on top. And the moment here in Berlin right now will stand out later. So
롤드컵
thank you very
우승한 거
much.
말고 또 뭐라고 했어?
It's a charmer. It's a charmer.
Last question for you, Bibi.
뭐 지금 이
because
순간이라고 했어?
having you both on stage is actually really interesting in the sense that both you and T1 will remain with the same lineup next year, as it has been announced already. What are we looking forward to the most when it comes to G2 in 2024?
What I look forward to the most is to meet T1 in the finals next year, World Finals.
어느 나라 말이지? 터키어인가?
And last question from me.
삼중 번역 좀 빡세네.
Is there anything, when you look back across the year, is there anything you want to say to everyone that supported you, everyone out here around the world? Any words you want to share with everybody, your fans worldwide right now?
제우스 선수 마지막으로 여기 와주신 관객들을 포함해서 전 세계에서 이걸 지켜보고 계시는 분들이나 T1의 팬분들께 하실 말씀 있으면 해주시면 감사하겠습니다.
일단 이렇게 독일이라는 나라에 초청해 주셔서 너무 감사하고 또 이런 대회 너무 좋은 경험이었던 것 같고 또 나와준 선수분들도 재밌게 경기해서 좋았다라고 전하고 싶습니다.
First off, I'd like to say thank you to Rebel to invite us in this country in Germany. I think we had a tremendous moment.
야, 내가 좀 느낀 게 통역사 목소리도 되게 중요한 것 같아. 통역사가 중점으로 좋은 목소리로 말하니까 전달력이
It has
되게
been an
괜찮아.
amazing event.
그러니까 저런 스윗한 멘트를
Berlin,
통역사가
one more
중점으로
time
천천히
for
말하니까
T1, G2,
전달력이
and
되게
all the
괜찮네.
teams we had today at this Red Bull event in Tokyo. 감사합니다, Zeus. Thank you, Baker, for the
저분
translation.
통역사
Bibi, thank
아니라고요?
you so much for being us on stage. And thank you
T1
all for
단장님이라고요?
participating today. And Shox, one last time, back to you.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful ending for an unbelievable
내가
event
T1
here
단장님
in Berlin.
모르나?
Let me be the first to
모르네?
say also thank you so much, Berlin, for
나는
sticking with
선수
us the
아니니까.
entire day. And I hope you had a
나는
great
저분 직접 뵌 적
time.
없는 것
And,
같은데.
hopefully, well, G2, they did get to win, so they got a little bit of hope for Europe in the end.
Oh my god, the G2 actually won.
crazy.
I was always believing in them, and it paid off. Broken Blade already paves the way for 2024. They celebrated this moment. They took it humbly. How else are we expecting it from Broken Blade? And honestly, what a great team. What a great interview, Guma Yushi also, and
Guma Yushi also.
and Zeus. Sorry,
Yeah,
Zeus is
okay.
such a great guy, and
Monday.
honestly, What a fantastic tournament.
I love
Thank
how
you
he
so
said
much.
that, oh, this was like a world championship.
Yeah, I mean, we take those, but also you had a foot in both camps. I don't
It's
take
true,
that for
it's
you,
true.
but
No, I want to take
but
it.
we all take those. Trust me,
Yeah.
we all do. And the way to end it here for G2, you already see it in the front, in the way they're sitting
나?
at the back. Like they're already talking. They're so happy about this tournament at all.
They're very excited
생각
indeed,
중입니다.
and for one
조금
last
더
time,
방송하다
our most
갈지.
electrifying moment presented
그냥
by
내일 일찍
Kia. I
올지.
believe it is some Draven.
It's gonna start one place.
그리고
I
하나
think we
더
all know it. We could have
생각했습니다.
probably just
마크를
put
할지.
the first pick of a Draven being the most electrifying
맞아요.
moment, but they make the most of it. And Yank, after a quick clear of his red side, is just ready for, well, 3-wave crash, 2-wave crash into a dive. And they just kept it going. There's a reason why the Draven would usually go on the ban table. And I thank T1 for letting us see it today.
Yeah, it was banned the entire time at the Worlds Tournament. That Yaiko's bot lane level 2 just shows how much trust they have, and it was basically the beginning of the end. Here we have the solo call from
내일
Hansama,
최대한
and
일찍
honestly,
오려면
this
내일
man on
최대한 일찍 와서
Draven on this man,
하려면
everything
일단
just fits perfect.
I mean, Guma's not trying to kite us Eri this time around. It is, it's a lane bully that's going straight up in his face.
For sure. Luckily for Hans, the game didn't end after he got picked
수범에
there.
내일 최대한 일찍
Because
가볼게.
otherwise we wouldn't be showing these highlights.
어,
I think.
Nah, I
지금
was scared for a
봤던
single
솔직히
moment where they
늦게
went
될것
over extending in the
같으니까.
top lane. They gave a 1k shot down
빠르면
over to Faker.
두시
You know,
아닐까?
oh
빠르면
god, we're
두시?
back at it again.
It's still T1, right? So even with like the huge lead and the great start coming out of G2, you see why they are world champions,
Unless
why
that
they've won every single
we're sitting at a 10k gold lead, I am scared of T1.
Yeah, even if we're sitting
Even
at
if.
the thing. I've
아니,
seen MSI, I saw
왜냐면
teams being like,
제가 누워도 바로
very
잠을
far
못 잘 것 같아요.
Yeah.
7시간, 8시간
They're the
자야지
only team
방송할
who
때
can
힘이
look
있어.
ahead when being
그냥
actually down like 4
피곤해서
to 5k
방송하기 싫은
gold.
기분으로
We said it
방송하기
before
싫어.
this match. This will be a bloodbath. This would be a brawl. Draco said that they will, beat the shit out of each other, and they did. And
Oh,
out
you
comes
almost
as a
got there.
winner, G2.
you almost finished the show without swearing.
Oh, I mean, Dracos,
really good
it's your fault, Dracos.
초대를 받아야겠다.
But yeah, what a fantastic ending.
Yes, absolutely. We're counting down towards the end of the day. So do you want to give me your favorite moments of today, maybe?
Honestly, NNO being up there, Brookie giving a banger interview. I think, honestly, how well NNO
결혼식은
played this
안 가는 게
was
아니라
one
못
of the
가는
biggest one for me.
거라고요. 난 여기까지 하고 뭐 서버 점검까지 하네요. 저는 뭐 호스팅 하고 가도록 하겠습니다. 레뚜한테 호스팅 하고 갈게요. 내일은 자고 일어나서 최대한 빨리 오도록 하고 슈마멜 하고 슈마멜 슈마멜 빨리 끝나면 마크까지 좀 하는 걸로 내봅시다. 오늘도 방송 봐주셔서 감사드리고 자 뭐 방송 끄고 다시 보기 올려 놓을게요. 드바